Successor of the last pope, or successor of Peter? In the mind of the church, the pope isn't simply the heir of the previous pontiff. He is the successor of Peter, the fisherman of Galilee, the one who wept for his betrayal and received from Christ the keys to the kingdom. Being pope doesn't mean inheriting a chair, but a cross. It's not a continuation of management, but a transmission of mission. But what happens when you choose a man who, instead of being the successor of Peter, simply becomes the successor of the last pope? Then, the invisible thread of living tradition breaks. The new pontiff no longer feels like a shepherd who smells of sheep, but a politician who smells of poles. He no longer confirms his brothers in the faith, but adapts the faith to his brothers. He no longer extends the mission of Christ, but continues the human legacy of the previous one, as if the church were a company of ideological continuity. Being the successor of the last pope, and not of Peter, is the mistake of those who see the pontificate as an evolving institution, not as a divine institution. They confuse history with mystery. They value the opinion of the media more than the prayer of the saints, and they replace apostolic fidelity with unrestrained updating. St. Leo the Great wrote, "Whoever presides over the chair of Peter must not forget whose place he occupies, because whoever sits on the patrine seat, but does not kneel before Christ, does not govern, but usurps." When a pope acts as the successor of the last pope and not as the successor of Peter, the church becomes bureaucratic, grows cold, and is disfigured. Faith becomes lukewarm, dogmas are negotiated, saints are replaced by celebrities, and the people of God remain confused, divided, exhausted, like sheep without a shepherd. But Peter remains the rock, and Christ remains the head of the church. Even if some popes forget to be disciples, the Lord never abandons his promise. "You are Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church." Matthew 16:18. For this reason, every time a pope remembers that he is not master of the church, but servant of the gospel, the true thread of apostolic succession is retied. Every time he kneels before the truth and not before the world, Peter returns to speak in him. The world doesn't need a successor of the last pope. It needs a successor of Peter. This was the bell tower of Vendy. Goodbye, beloved warriors of the Lord, and God bless you.